Hey everybody, this is Dr. Kyle, Dr. Vulcan Wolverine, Dr. DW to my friends. It's like 9 o'clock on Saturday night, and it's June the 18th. I'm wearing the same shirt that I was when I made my last video yesterday, but I wanted to make this really quick. I wanted to just make a video. Oh, my hair over here. I want to fix my hair. Like I'm being viciously murdered in my sleep and I gotta fix my hair, huh? Like, my body can't take it anymore. My mind and my brain and my body cannot take it anymore. I'm trying to laugh. I was not laughing this morning after when I got up and I didn't know what had been done to me. My brain just feels like it's being crushed. And I was just yelling at my VT like every day, just being tortured. So let me show you this. Let me show you guys these petitions. This is from Anne. I don't know if it's the Anne that I know, but it's awesome. I think it is. I think it's. There's a couple of Annes in the group, but this is awesome. Thank you so much, Anne. And let me go ahead and read this. I'm gonna put the link, and I'm gonna put this on YouTube and BitChute, so that people can sign up. Like 50 people have signed up, but this needs to get bigger. I want to read this, and then I have an idea that I kind of want to get out quick. I don't know. Let me just read the first part of it. But it's American Citizens Havana Syndrome Act of 2021 versus the United States government petition. This is a great idea. I think it's the direction a lot of targeted individuals are going in. It's really good, and I have something in addition to add to this, but this is like great. Okay, so this petition is a collection of signatures belonging to American citizens. Excuse my, I'm, they're my attackers are murdering me. To pay me back for just even failing, going into the doctor's office and him not helping me, making videos about that. They want to shut that up. So what if I was successful with that? Would they have just killed me? I don't know. But while I'm alive, I hate talking like this. I hate saying stuff like this because people don't know there's warfare going on. I don't want to scare anybody, but like I just want to until I die. Like, cause I don't know how my body, and my brain will survive, are gonna survive through this. I think I'll survive. I trust in God, but it is murder. Like it is weapons that can cause cancer and stuff to happen to the brain. Scary murders, like murdering innocent people while they sleep. Okay, so this petition is a collection of signatures belonging to American citizens Havana Syndrome targeted. Oh God, sorry. Let me start over, guys. Hold on. Okay. This petition is a collection of signatures belonging to American citizens, Havana Syndrome targeted individuals seeking equality. Okay, I don't know how to read that sentence. Okay, we are claimants for inclusion and equal protection under the Constitution in the class action lawsuit. This is a great idea. We deserve the same rights as the government. This is what we've been talking about this for a while, right? Why are they getting help? Why are government officials getting help and we aren't? It's because there's so many people being targeted, and the government can't admit how many people are being targeted in their own countries, because they would have to end these programs, which they're trying to saturate and turn into like everyone being hooked up into an internet of bodies. But this is an idea that can get specific groups, I think, out of this. Um, let me shut up. Let me shut up and not say anything like about being hopeless, because I've been fighting this for so long, and they just like resources are given to the murderer, like the guy on here on the equipment, the human operators. There's guys on there, and they're just like, we don't care, and we don't care what's happening in society, and they don't care that it's being saturated. They don't care about children being murdered. They don't care about any of that, and they're the ones kind of running the show, driving the train off the cliff. And like, I'm a guy who wants to like solve things and give people health, and I'm a person who has like no zero power in the situation of my murder, right? So that's how our society's been set up. Let me continue. Let me shut up. Let me stop being negative. So hard. Like I can't breathe. I can barely. Like I'm being killed. Like and I know a lot of y'all, like I'm being killed, and it's like every day. In one night of what happened last night to me, I would wake up and go, I just had attempted murder fucking happen to me, and it's been happening every day for like decades. Like this is insanity. I like yell in my condo. Like I'm not a crazy person, but the conditioning on being murdered like all the time and never having your own thoughts or comfort because of like human operators in your brain and in your body raping you. It's like I don't know how to reintroduce myself into society unless other people understand that this is happening and we deal with unprecedented forms of these tortures. Like the condition, not mental illness, not something that where I just snap, but conditioning. I'm just like, how do I even get back in this side with what I, because other people when they talk, they're like, oh, my problems are like I broke a nail or like some stupid shit, and I'm like, oh my god, we have people being murdered, we're all dead. Let me shut up. Let me shut. There's hope. There's hope where there's life. My personal situation kind of peppers how I see things going. And so when I'm depressed, I'm going to try and say as little as I can about the general situation. Good things can happen, miracles can happen, right? But I'm depressed as F because of being murdered, and it peppers like how I see things, right? Okay. The legislation, Havana Syndrome Act of 2021, passed Congress unanimously, authorizing financial assistance and medical care for injured individuals attacked by directed energy weapons. It authorizes the heads of the CIA and the State Department. I'm going to do a YouTube video. This is how YouTubers talk, right? I've watched a lot lately where they seem to be gyrating. Oh, I'm just joking. It authorizes the heads of the CIA and the State Department to make determinations as to who is covered and compensated. And what I was thinking, because I was looking at like, where do we, if we have Havana syndrome and we're being attacked by directed energy, Havana syndrome is such a stupid term, but if it's happening to us, who do we call, right? If you have Havana syndrome, who do you call? And I think, what's happening is these government officials, they report it to whatever agency that they work for, and then it's sent up the ladder, and then the CIA and the State Department decide if that person can get help, financial and medical care, right? So there's no like place that you can just call if it's happening to you. I thought that's what they were going to do, but obviously they wouldn't allow that to happen because those phone lines would be filled up with citizens being murdered, right? Even people with their children, they're being targeted by microwaves, and their children are too, right? The phone lines would be just filled up, so they can't do that. But I got a good idea. I don't know how to carry it out, but hopefully like Anne's watching this and some people who are doing this, and they can listen to my idea, and I think it would be a good way we can saturate knowledge of this happening as citizens. Like I might get murdered for trying to work on this. Like I'm pretty scared. Not scared, but like I could die. I don't know. It's a new feeling. It's okay. Let me keep going here. I used the magnet on my stomach last night because I have like 2 nodes like on my stomach near my belly button, and it tones down some of the stuff because they go. But then I have something in my chest too. So trading off of those things, I can't destroy the things, and I'm getting external stuff anyway. So I'm like, it's working, but it's like I'm still gonna be targeted. So we'll see. I'm gonna shut up, and I'm gonna be more hopeful about that. But they do shit to my brain that makes me really depressed. I don't even know what they're doing. Lots of stuff to my brain that makes me feel really like my vitality like is dropped down, and I'm depressed, and like I'm losing friendships because I don't trust people. Let me shut up. Let's just focus on this. Let's focus on this right here. It authorizes the heads of the CIA and the State Department to make determinations as to who is covered and compensated. These individuals are employees and family members of the intelligence community. My brother works for a federal courthouse, and I've been trying to like find a way to use that, and I can't find a way because it's very specific on who they'll help, right? These individuals are employees and family members of the intelligence community. We are seeking equal protection under the laws, as the Constitution guarantees that no individual or group be denied this protection, and we must be similarly treated as those in the intelligence community. Bam. Great. That's great. I'm going to read some more of this, and I'm going to put the link in the description of the video. I'm going to put it on BitChute and here on YouTube. I always think of YouTube as the primary one because I just get more... I don't get more views. BitChute's been really good. BitChute's been really good. People on YouTube, I got a bunch of comments saying, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're back. I've been on YouTube for like BitChute for half a year. Like I had to get off of YouTube because they were just deleting all my videos. So I'm on BitChute. BitChute's good. Rumble's good. That's a place where you can find actual information. It still sucks. Like information flow is just incredible. It's caricaturistically like insane, right? Everything is caricaturistically awful and horrifying, and it's meant to be that way. They're making society like that. Idea. I got an idea. Okay, off of this is a great idea. We asked for equal protection under the law, right? And this is a class action lawsuit. I want to join the class action lawsuit in name, right? However, whatever class action lawsuit you can get into that's trying to get us medical and financial help, right? And just can mark us down as we've got Havana Syndrome, and then we can nail open the door, right? A good idea is that when you get in the class action lawsuit, either the leaders of the ones, like whoever's the head of this, and I think people who are just on it, right? People who have joined the class action lawsuit, we need to start sending out press releases, and anybody can send a press release to your local news. So your local news station, we can start sending out press releases of citizens who are experiencing Havana Syndrome and creating these class action lawsuits against the government to give us help, right? And it may push things forward. Some local news may let it slip through thinking it's an interesting story and not knowing that intelligence agencies are trying to cover this up, right? Because they're murdering so many people in their homes, right? But I think it'd be a good idea for like the leaders of these class action lawsuits, and when you get your name on it, to then send press releases. It's very easy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video showing the like the template and everything for a press release, and anyone can send it to any kind of local news or anything like that. I hope I still have the template on this computer, but it's really easy. I forgot, like I was saying that as an idea and I forgot, like I'm gonna have to show people the template that you have to send, and I think that we need to start doing that as people on the class action law, the people who are leading it up, the people that are on it, any targeted individuals, start sending out press releases, and maybe even to other places even besides your local news station, like, you know, get your press release ready and send it to your 2 state senators and the local news, every local news station in your city, right? I think this would be a great idea because this is latched on to something very concrete, right, that's in the mainstream news. So we got to take the thing that they're like, we're stalling and we're putting this thing in the mainstream news to kind of stall and keep people being murdered, but it's coming out, so people are asking for help, and we got to say something about it, right? My PlayStation's turning off, so it's turning me blue. Blue man. Blue man. I am blue. I'm blue. I have never experienced something like this where I feel like I'm at the end of my life. I'm not. I'm just, they're punishing me for speaking out. I kind of want to shut up about that because, like, I want people speaking out, and, like, I've got, you know, crap in my chest that they have a lot of power over me. Like in my sleep, like right now I got this over my chest and it's good. Like I hear the V2K a little bit and they're hurting me a little, the high pitch sounds a little bit because it's squeezing on through, and maybe they have some external stuff that, you know, Dave KCD isn't totally wiping out of my vestibular system, but it's like when I sleep, I'll wake up and it takes like more than, it's taken like half of the day, half of when I'm awake to like kind of start feeling a little bit better. It's really wearing down my body and my brain. The body and the brain are not supposed to just be inundated with microwaves from the inside out and externally hit all the time. Like, it makes me very sick. It, it's very depressing. It doesn't seem let me not try and be as depressing as possible. Shit. It feels like it's not meant to be. It feels like this wasn't supposed to happen. It feels like this is like an alternate reality. It feels like, I don't know if y'all have seen the show Heroes, where Peter in the real reality has like his brother and they have a kind of a good life, but then things shift to this alternate reality where half of his face is like scarred and everybody's lost everything and everything's dark, and it's like it's not supposed to be, that's not supposed to be the way it is. That's what it feels like to me. I know it's just the way it is. It's the way it was made by a very evil Satanist. So let me finish reading this, but check into my idea. We all need to get on a lawsuit or make your own class action lawsuit. We need to go after the government for not helping us, right? And that can create a story. If we send our press releases to our local media, right, and you want to send it maybe to your 2 state senators also, so they understand that they've got this stuff going to the local news and stuff like that. We may be able to push and force things. From what I'm hearing on the chatter on the Voice to Skull, and I don't want to pinpoint anything, but I'm getting a November vibe where things might change. So don't give up. That's half a year from now. But I'm getting and it could be just a effing with me, right? But I'm getting a note, and that maybe the midterms are coming up and a red wave is coming up. It has to, because the left was brought in and it's hooked into globalists, so they're better at destroying our country, right? The leftists are better at destroying our country. I'm going insane. Like, I can't do this. Like, I'm saying I'm going to keep doing the video, but I can't, like, I wake up and I yell at my V2K, and, like, then I see people out at the pool, and they're enjoying their lives, and they have kids and stuff, and I'm just like, now, like, at the beginning of the target, I was, like, angry, and they used that in the remote neural manipulation, but now it's, like, an empty, just, like, nothing, like, I've conditioned myself to just, I don't know how to say it. Let me continue to read. This is a class action lawsuit petition for Havana Syndrome forgotten individuals. I'd say that's a very good term. I'd say that's a better term than targeted individuals. We're targeted by evil people that could give a shit about us. They're not going to help us. We don't want to be targeted by them or focus on by them at all. The people that we care about, we are forgotten. I got it, man. I'm sorry if I'm being depressing. Like, I'm trying. Like, I'm really trying. There's hope. There's hope. I think this country is going to be destroyed. I think that's I see that's the plan, that the United States is like #1 target, because we had like a successful free society, and they can't have that. So once they get through, I'm just seeing, I'm seeing that's what they want, right? And no one's doing anything about it, so that's what's going to happen, right? So it's like, I don't want to say that's definitely going to happen, but unless things change and people start doing things differently, because everybody's going along with the plan, right? Everybody with money and resources is working on the plan, and everybody who's against the plan of murdering the children in the United States and bringing our country down around our ears, like, they're against that, but they have little resources and they're being punished for anything they say, right? And not everybody. There are people speaking out that aren't being microwaved to death. I'm not. Even a failed attempt, at the doctor's office, just letting y'all know, was like a huge thing. And then my attackers like turned my phone off, so I couldn't even turn it back. They've done that like each time I've done a video, and I can't I couldn't call my mom about the doctor's appointment. I had to go out to the car and use my phone because it's like on a different Bluetooth. Like, someone in here is using my wireless and keeping my phone off. And I don't think it's my remote attackers. I think it's somebody like who lives here that's doing some surveillance, and then they're helping out with hacking into the computer and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but that's what it seems like, because when I go out to the car, I get on Bluetooth, and then the phone will turn on. I'm thinking of just getting a new phone, right? My mom was like, well, you just need to get a new phone. And I'm like, Mom, this is my attackers, like, cutting off our communication and, like, just... And she's like, well, we'll just get a new... Because she can't understand. Why would anybody be doing killing you with military weapons? And she kind of understands, like, now about the biometrics, which I don't want her to, because she almost thought, like, she had a kidney infection, something that seemed like a kidney infection, and felt like she was going to die. So my parents are being targeted and murdered, and I can't do anything to help them. And then I keep saying I don't even want to say anything to them anymore about it. Even when I start talking about it, I'll flip it to something else because they're so under pressure. And I'm like, what I want to do, who knows? There's hope. But what I want to do is shunt it away, like not talk to my parents anymore about it, and then shunt it towards doctors and this kind of stuff, and like sending out some press releases. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show all you targeted individuals how to create a press release. It's an easy template, and you can send it anywhere and try and get an interview with local media, right? About I'm a citizen experiencing Havana Syndrome, and that could be a way that we get our hammer and just beat down the door, right? I mean, it is that we're in a war. Like, so we've got to do some creative stuff and not violent stuff, because they'll get us on that, right? Even if you talk about defending your life or think about defending your life, right? Like, people talk about being censored. My thoughts are censored. Like, if I have any inspiring thoughts for myself to keep myself going while I'm being murdered, my attacker will respond. Like, not the AI, because like when I'm calm and I'm thinking like I can do this, and like, the inspirational things that you think and you're feeling up, like my attackers will go, no, we can't have your brain in any kind of positive mode, and they will start attacking me and doing things to the resonance of my brain, right? So people talk about censorship. My attackers and y'all's attackers is very intense for me, but like when I want to speak out and I'm feeling positive and looking into information, they will completely like they will attack me, like physically censor me by abuse and trauma and rape and torture, right? And they will censor the brain by messing with the memory and things like that. What I've noticed a lot is they mess with my memory so much, I'll wake up, and I'll usually stay awake for like 16 hours or 18 hours. I'll get real tired sometimes, and I'll just be laying down like my body has to rest. But I'll notice that like after 12 hours, I'll kind of look at the clock, and it'll feel like 1 hour has gone by, right? If I'm not getting, like if I don't have my magnets in the right place and I'm getting what my attackers are pumping up to my brain, and that's a memory thing. Like when you feel like time is going by real fast and a lot of time is going by, it's just because they're messing with your memory, and you're like, I can't remember what I did for those 12 hours. And it's not really that time just flew by, it's just your memory is messed up. That's what I've noticed about that. So when time seems to like fly by. Also, I'm a little bit concerned because I talk about like my attackers are doing some pretty hardcore stuff to me. I'm gonna kind of try and watch out about talking about that, because I don't want y'all's attackers then doing it to you, right? Because that's a huge protocol of making us look mentally ill. If you look at a video and some targeted individual's like, oh, I'm going through this, they'll do it to you, and you'll go, oh, I saw this video, and then it started happening to me, because that makes you look mentally ill, right? This whole thing is about just making good people look crazy and murdering them, and I want to put this up on YouTube. I don't know, man. I don't like system's so it's beyond corrupt. Okay, this is a class action lawsuit petition for Havana Syndrome Forgotten Individual. Okay, I read that. Are you an American targeted individual attacked by directed energy weapons and request inclusion and equal protection under the Havana Syndrome Act of 2021? If yes, sign this petition and you will be entered into the class action lawsuit. Okay, that's great. And your funds go to iPetition.com, company only. And if you want to donate directly, then contact, and Ann has her information, and they need funding. And I think it'd be a really good idea to send out press releases on this, but I'm letting people know, so we should have a lot more people signing up to this petition. And then anybody let me know in the comments if there's any other class action lawsuits against the government for not helping us with Havana Syndrome while it's helping certain types of people who are experiencing this, right? So it doesn't have, because there's so many people being tortured, right? That's the reason why they're not helping just regular citizens. Okay, guys, I just wanted to show you all this. I'm not feeling too good. I've noticed that I'm a lot paler. Like I've noticed in these videos, and I think it may be. I mean, I'm feeling. It's really my body. My body needs time to heal up. Like if they stopped targeting me, a week would go by and I'd feel great. My energy would be up and everything like that. So I've got to kind of stick on that. But they're holding me down with it, and it's. If they don't let up, it's an artificial, like, killing your body. I don't. But I think like I would walk Pepper like 2 or 3 times a day, and I'd kind of look up into the sun, right? Like you want to get sun in your face and sun in your skin, because that's information, and it's genetically healing you and helping your ATP production and everything like that. And I don't go outside because of the gang stalking. Like I don't go run or anything. But I'm going to go try and get some sun. I'm noticing that I'm real pale. They give me this nauseous feeling, and this is where I think. Well, let me end it there. I just wanted to do a short video. Is this recording? Is this even recording? Is this thing on? It's about 30 minutes. I love you guys. I want to show you this. Please sign up. I just saw this. Awesome. That's awesome, man. This is awesome. And I'm going to try and get people to sign up to this. And then everyone, not even just the leaders of this, but everyone that joins up to it, we need, I think a good idea. I'm going to put this idea out there. I don't know how to organize the idea, right? This is a great organization, what Ann's done here and the people who put this together. But off of this, what we could do is people who join it and the leadership send press releases out to your local news, even to the whole state, right? And see if any local news will bite. And then you that's real in a fish, but it seemed like having a seizure. Okay, that's about it. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's getting through this. I remember being at peace and calm. I'm trying to go there. I had an out-of-body experience last night. The pain was so bad, and I had a legitimate, like I've had a couple of legitimate, like, near-death experiences, but it seems like this wasn't a near-death experience. This was literally, they kind of like make my brain just, they're pumping directed energy to my vestibular system, and then it's like my brain's on fire, and so like I somehow, because it's been happening so long, I pulled myself, it was like a mind shift, and I pulled myself out of my body. The pain was so bad, and it was like I wasn't feeling the pain anymore, and it wasn't like I was outside of my body looking at me, but I was just just a little bit shifted out, I don't know how to explain it, but I wasn't feeling pain anymore, and I was like, it was like an out-of-body experience, but I just shifted. And I don't even know what happened, but I wasn't feeling pain, and I wasn't in my body because the torture was so bad, and it's been going on for so long. And like, if there's one thing I am, I'm a survivor. But now I'm surviving through it, and it's messing me up and messing my energy up so bad. I don't want to say that. I can get, we can heal up and all that crap. It feels sorry about that. It's a sacred thing that we can heal up and get God to help us, but y'all know how I'm feeling right now. It's bad. Like, it's so bad. It's wartime bad. It's like I'm in my place yelling at the V2K. This is warfare. You're killing me. You're killing me. Like, I need help, right? But then I'm putting information out, and that's why they go more hardcore on me, because I'm like, here's information, and it's none of us are stupid, and this is happening, and let's not hide the baby. I don't want to KILLING that the society's doing. I don't know if I can put this up on YouTube. We'll just see, because I think it's been like 3 months on YouTube. So if I do get a strike, I don't think the channel is going to come down, but I might be knocked off for like maybe 2 weeks or something. I hope not. I didn't say anything. I don't think I said anything. I don't know if this. I mean, Havana Syndrome. We can talk about that, on YouTube, and I think it's okay. Oh God. Okay, so and then yeah, it's like I think that what I have a body area network. It'll hurt up here in my clavicle, but I think I have the big ones right here. And I think I had that before the stomach surgery. I had one here and one in the colon. And I think what happened is the one in the colon, they turned it up and it destroyed a foot of colon and burst my appendix. And so I almost died. Like, I had my Crohn's doctor and the surgeon both looking at me like, holy crap. And I didn't know why at the time, but I realized they knew about the biometrics, and they were like, oh my God, this just almost killed this guy. But then the stomach surgeon, he took the one out of the colon that had almost killed me, and he put it like in a body area network thing down the scar of my stomach, I'm pretty sure. I can't prove any of that, and I really need a doctor to prove it. That's the thing. That's my priority going for it, because it makes it super intense. And like I was going to show y'all, I made a video. Like, I made a 30-minute video where I wasn't holding my magnet here, and you can, like, it just all around the clavicle, there's a stimulation and inflammation. I don't want to say mutilation anymore. I think I'm making it worse by whining. I'm trying, but being murdered for so long, it's like hard to not be fatalistic. It's murder. It's like murdering my body. But I'm trying to reel it in, and we need to talk about this in ways where we can somehow find a way to deal with it, right? Okay, guys, I forgot what I was talking about but no, here, I had it on my stomach, and then I woke up this morning, and it was so bad, and I made a video without the magnet on, and I was just going to show y'all kind of how in real time, like, this thing in my chest will be pulsing muscles like in real time. But I started just cussing. I started just saying the F word so much because I was in so much pain that I nixed that video, serious stuff, big serious stuff that's not being treated seriously. I don't want to live a serious life in warfare, but here I am. And I want to find ways, like putting information out to the right authority figures, since we got Havana Syndrome and things are building on that. Hopefully we can build more stuff on that to get us help, and make it a little while longer, like kind of outlast this program, when it comes out to more people, kind of outlast this thing. And I hate this side with my hair, and then the big Star Destroyer's coming in, right? And you take the force, and you go, and you pull that Star Destroyer down, and you go, Some people, nerds, will understand that reference. Star Killer. Oh, God. Alright, I think that's it. I was trying to think of something else, but basically I just wanted to show y'all what Ann had done and all the people who set this up. This is awesome. Sign up to it. If there's any other ones, put those in the comments. We want some class action lawsuits against the government. This is a good thing. I think people have been working on this for a while, and I don't know. I guess I don't want. Well, I think my attackers may have let me know what was going on with me, because we got the stuff coming out about Havana Syndrome, and it shifted me over. It had to shift me over. The priority had to be like, what can I do about this crap that's making things way more intense for my targeting, right? And I think it was a little bit on purpose to kind of get me dealing with this and talking about this, and we got this. So I want to balance it out on what we can do with the Havana Act, right? And we have rights to live, and we have rights to have free thought. Like, the censorship that, like, people are talking about is a joke. The censorship that people are talking about on Twitter and all that BS and stuff is a joke, because I live with your life is being censored. You didn't do anything wrong, but you have medical biometric devices since you were young, and we don't want you to think, because we want to do, you know, mind control and map the brain and everything. And we've worked so long on you that you're not allowed to live anymore. And if you want to speak out about this, we're going to try and kill you. And while you're speaking out about it, we're going to mess with your brain too, and your memory and stuff, so that it censors you mentally. Like, it censors your thoughts in real time as you're trying to speak the truth to people. So, like, when we talk about censorship, we're talking about murder. We're talking about people wanting to shut us up because we're being hit by microwaves, and they want to cover that up, right? And then when these people these marshmallow people are talking about being censored on Twitter or whatever, that's far behind. You need to catch up on what's happening, and that's how wars are won over us, is that we're not jumping in front of the train. We've been taught that that's conspiracy theory. When you try and say this is where things are headed, we need to see, right? We need it. I got it because I want this on YouTube. Good, I didn't say the word. Let me go ahead and end the video there. The thing is, guys, anybody who's like, oh, hey, you're back on YouTube. I've been on BitChute for half a year. And if you go to BitChute and look at those videos, that's where I'm going to be speaking more freely. And then I think I'm going to do a Rumble. I was doing an Odyssey, but I'm feeling Rumble a little bit more. It's more like BitChute. I'll try and just get as many ideas out so you guys can maybe take some of these ideas. I'm going to, you know, be working on the personal crap that's inside of me, but also as much as I can help out. But I'm dealing with problems of not trusting people. I have so much money on me, and people have done things so long to me that it's conditioned me to be like, well, I want to work with people and I want to help, but I'm going to maybe have to do it. And I hate talking about this stuff. This is how I'm built. Like, when things happen, I just talk about it. And I've tried to, like, kind of just go, well, I've got to change, because this stuff is so cringe to talk about, right? But it's hard. It's hard to just not say what's happening. All right, guys, I love y'all. It's been a long video, and I just wanted to show this one thing and that idea, the press releases. So I'm going to follow this up. You got to do it, Kyle, on the press release template, how to do that and how to send it. Now, it's an old template from when I worked with St. Jude and Dream Day Foundation, right, helping cancer children. It's so weird how they were torturing me during that, and there was the head of the city police was on our board, and he would gang stalk me. He would do, like, sniffing, I guess, because they screw up my jaw and stuff, and I guess that's what, like, if you have a little problem with your jaw or something, people are very, like, people have changed into not doing a lot, but being critics and looking at details of other people so that they can, like, hit them so they don't look bad in groups and stuff like that. So gang stalking is fit right in with the cowardice that's coming out in our culture, right? That's being injected into our culture. Saying injected, is that going to get my video taken down right away? Because I said it in a metaphorical sense, right? Said it in a what do you call that? Like like an alluding to something. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of this. I'm gonna get off of this video. Oh my God. And I'm not going to be, like, I wanted to go to Florida. I was going to go today, but my phone's getting shut off. It's on right now. And then probably after this video, it'll get shut off. And I'm just going to call my dad. I talked to my mom, and I was just like, I got to stop doing that. Like, I kind of caught myself, and then I'd tell her something, but then I'd go to something else. But I was like, Mom, this is I don't know if I'm going to wake up the next day. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this. This is people killing me, right? And the stuff is work, but they're getting worried that I'm breaking stuff in me, and it's like it's a lot of money that like the dude has said it on the B2K. Like we've worked on this guy too long, we can't just let him go. Like so, like the money that's already been on me, and everybody's made money and got their Mercedes. There's a guy in here who got a Mercedes for gang stalking and surveillance. The maintenance guy got a new big white truck. He has 2 trucks now. There's people who've gotten cars and vehicles and careers out of this, careers with the government because I've been being murdered in here, right? That's hard to take. That's hard to take, and I think I've had some situations where I wanted to just visit with some old friends, but people that were connected with them were like, hey, this is a good opportunity, and I have so much money on me that like, oh, I'm fucked. I can't hang out with any groups now. And it's true, but nobody will believe it, right? That's also painful. Like something so big happening to your life, and like, you know, contractors, independent contractors getting involved in every step of your life because you got DHS, NSA, you got the InfraGard, FBI, Community Watch, and you got all these different angles destroying your life, right? As you're trying to live it during the day, to go through that, and they're trying to really do that to people, like really harass them and murder them and mind control them throughout their lives that never ends, and they can't, and they're hooked to it, and then just say those people are mentally ill. We have invaders that are that cruel, and we need to know that, and people need to know that they hate us, and they've thought of ways to cruelly torture good people who want to save the lives of their countrymen and keep the murder going. So they can't get out of it, and they look mentally, because anybody being murdered, like, I don't know what's going on. I look at my dad and what he's gone through, and I'm like, something's going on with me like that. And I know what it is. It's God, right? It's God. It's definitely God. Because there's no way I should be sitting here being able to laugh about this stuff with what's happened to me. Like, death over and over, like waking up and it's attempted murder. Like they tried to do something to my heart and my brain while I was sleeping, right? And that's like one night of that. One night of waking up after what I experienced last night, I'm like, that's attempted murder. Like one night of that. And that's after torture for like 20 years, like 22 years about, you know. And then being messed with when I was a kid. They like break you down and do like research to you and then send you off to like get torture and surveilled and more biometrics on you, and then you're worn down when they start doing, or at least I was worn down already before they started the overt torture. Like they thought that they had finished me before the overt torture. So that's why they did the overt torture. They're like, he's close to falling off. Let's start this. And then what happened is when I figured out what was happening to me, right, I'm being attacked. Didn't figure out the implants till later, the biometric implants, but things changed, right? Like I'm not just sick. This is like something that someone's doing to me directly. I can change that, right? So keep that in mind. We need to treat this like a disease. There's directed energy coming towards us, radio frequencies if you have biometric devices and things like that. But it's a disease we can do something about. I'm thinking about, because I've been working with these magnets, but then I looked up some stuff about biometrics. Let me talk about that later. I'm going to end this video. I love you guys. I hope y'all are just getting through it okay. Just as long as I live, I don't know. I got to pray about some things. It's a very tenuous situation, and my attacker, it's not like, this isn't something that's smart to do for me. For me, there could be some other targeted individuals in different situations where you're going to get kind of abused by your attackers for speaking out. My attacker, like the guy on there, or some of the mentality is, we're tired, and this guy, like we pretty much, like when a psychopath murders somebody a lot, they want to finish the painting, okay? And I know that none of us can understand that, right? None of us, because we're not psychopaths. So we paint paintings and we write stories, and we want to finish that story or finish that painting, right? Now a psychopath, like the guys on the human operators, they've murdered me for a long time, screwed up my brain, screwed up my spine, like, You know, I can heal though. I can heal, and I can evolve, and I can adapt, and I can overcome. But what they see is they see a painting that's not finished, and they're tired, and they want it off their plate, which means they want me murdered. So like when I'm thinking during the day, if I'm just eating, if I'm just trying to play video games to get through, they're annoyed at my life. They're annoyed that I'm still alive, and they're tired, and they want me to die. Like the guy will go, or the automated chatterbox, right? Because they put it in there. He'll be like, you know, I want him out of here. And he means off of the earth, right? And all this stuff's happening. Like the other stuff in the world is happening, which I talk about in detail on BitChute, what I think about everything. Sudden adult death syndrome. The fact that we have that term in the news. The fact that I'm going to make a video just on that. The fact that we have a news article that's sudden adult death syndrome, and there's a term for that, and people aren't, that people are accepting that's an actual term, that's something that's actually happening. We're in trouble. Like we're in way more than trouble. That's never, no, that should never pass, right? There's sudden adult death syndrome just started popping up. What? Y'all know what's going on. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Pray for me. I'll pray for y'all. And let's, I sign up to this. I'm going to try and donate. I don't know. What I'm going to do, though, I want to get the template and show y'all how to do a press release. So anybody can do it. So any targeted individual, you can send, we just send press releases to local news. Like, but try and be on a lawsuit, right, against the government. We'll do that. And just inundate local news, and somebody's going to F up. Because, you know, all the editors, right, are holding down specific information, and it's controlled down to a local level. But somebody will screw up and interview one of us, right? Okay. All right, I love you guys. I'm going to try and calm down. It's been every day is just like being murdered and yelling. And I'm like, that's not the way that I was. And you know, it's so long. It's such a long time going through it. I'm going to be fine. It's just like I'm making moves. I'm making good moves, and they're pushing back. And that's what's really happening. But they do crap to my mind where I'm like really seeing, it's like to be targeted, and where they're trying to have you at a depressed resonance in your brain. And then this stuff is really happening in the world. And I'm like, wow. They've just demolished the foundation of society, but had this really intact, targeting people and holding it on them that steady. So what's going to run our economy when everything collapses and everybody runs into the arms of the state? That when the power went out in my city, this program kept torturing me. It didn't skip a beat. But everything else, our food, our gas, our power, everything is up in the air. We might not have it, but this murder, you know, this targeting, it doesn't skip a beat. So when everything goes to plop, right, the economy, where's everybody running to? What systems are going to keep going, right? We're looking at something bad when you got the system that's running at 100% steam, and nobody who's being microwaved to death can get help. And then you got the system that they've collapsed. They're starting to collapse. It's not running at 100% steam. People know now, like, actually, some people are going through this, and it seems harder for us to get help. It seems harder for me to get help, but I'm not looking in the right place. I'm pushing in harder to get places, right? To see what I can do, to see if everybody could just go to some general doctors and what they could say and stuff like that. But you know, I think there's some better doctors to get help from that can do this. It's just getting the money to get where they are, right? Either in another country or another state where they're doing this. I need some help on that. I need some help in general. And I'm like my dad. It's not pride, but it's like, I set myself up to be the helper in my life. And so, like, when I'm doing I seem to just disconnect from people, you know, and that's a problem. like I need to ask for help and just be a human being. And like sometimes I'm going to be too weak to do stuff, and other people are going to be strong. Sometimes they're going to be too weak, and I need to help them. And I watch my dad, and he kind of, it's not anything like super bad. He has tons of friends, my dad, but it's this, we need to do stuff ourselves, and we don't want to be a burden on anybody, and then we end up disconnecting from people, you know, because we're so sick or something's going on with us. And I'm trying to figure out that in my life. I didn't know I'd have to deal with that in my life, because I've always had so much bandwidth. I've always had, like, why has God given me so much energy? You know, as a kid, I was like, why has God given me so much energy? It's like I'm just doing normal stuff. I don't need this much energy. And then I kind of see now what's happening to me, and I'm like, oh, that's why he gave me that extra energy. We're all getting through it, and you know, we all just have to find stuff that maybe we thought some things just wouldn't happen in our lives, and we gotta let go of the, I guess, pride. I'll call it pride. It's really not that. It's really just not wanting to be a burden, wanting to be the person that helps people. And then when you end up getting so sick and you're just like, I can barely function. Like, who do you get help from? My mom's so stressed out. I can't talk to her about this anymore. Crazy that I did today. I only did it because I couldn't call her right after the doctor, right? And then I'm sorry. Let me end it. But I think with the doctor thing, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not getting any help to get crap out or get any MRIs or anything, I think I'm just going to go back to the neurologist, or go back to a new neurologist. I'm going to go to my general practitioner, and I'm going to go to a neurologist, get another DTI, and I'm going to try and get a piece of paper diagnosis for Havana syndrome, right? I think that's something that we all need to do. We need to get on these petitions, but then you need to have a diagnosis. We need to get a doctor who will diagnose. I know Dr. Hoffer is diagnosing people with Havana syndrome, but we need to see if regular doctors will do it also. And then just build it up, right? Build it up, and then they'll have to quit. When these people back off very easy, and that's the very sad thing about the poison in our system, right? Is that if you say no, they can't do it. Like, they'll back off. They're like, oh, we can't do it this time. And so if people are assertive and they just keep pushing forward, right, they eventually have to stop some of these things we're doing. The way that they're doing things in our society to, like, hurt us, it's kind of hopeful, because it's so sophisticated and hidden. They didn't do it, like in the Russian Revolution, it was very open. They were just taking the people's food and making people eat each other and stuff like that. But here, it's more sophisticated, and that gives me a lot of hope that as it comes out, people will change their behaviors, right? As things get more out into the open, people will change their behaviors about how to deal with this. And then these people really got to fight on their hands. Just all the different factions that are causing this global tyranny, right? Global murder. I don't want to just call it, I hear people say that, and I get upset. They're like, this medical, can I even say that? Global tyranny, right? And I'm like, this is freaking warfare, where they're like murdering people in their homes. I mean, they just keep torturing. Automated systems that won't stop. And the human operators are like, well, the automated system keeps murdering and torturing you, and that's what we're running with. And so that's what they go with. So it's like they're not even deciding, like the human operators aren't even like they're doing a psyop where it seems like they keep deciding to torture me more and more, but that automated system's running. And it's not just human operators that are just manually sitting there. The woman's voice on the V2K goes, you got it. Yeah, pretty much. It was Chatterbox, though. It wasn't really her. Crazy. So crazy. I'm going to try and chill out, but sometimes I'm just kind of, my vitality, I'm having a problem with that, of having a calm, peaceful. I used to be so chill. I was a type B personality like my dad, and then when I'm getting really sick, I become like my mom's a type A, and we almost sometimes don't eat during the day. Like, I got a pizza. Oh God, there's a roach on the wall. You see that? That's a roach right there. Small, and there's different kinds. I've almost got them all. I'm not getting the bug man to come out here because there's just a couple of them, but that's a roach right there. And that's not what I was talking about on that video, but there's a little thing. Never mind. This is a pizza though that I got, and like I ate a little bit of it. I don't know why I showed y'all that. I love pizza. Pizza's my favorite food, and Ninja Turtles are my favorite. Not really my favorite anything, but they like pizza. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm a little bit. This helps me feel better though. I'm gonna have to keep doing it. I'm gonna get punished for it. I want to just say things, but my attackers are gonna try and use that against me. So I'm gonna try and be kind of smart about like what they're doing, what I'm doing, and stuff like that. It's warfare. I don't know what this isn't a smart move, but I can't. I just can't. I can't like not make videos. But I'm also there's a little. I'm gonna put some information out, and I'm like coming up. People are gonna know more about this, and I think that's why we're seeing that there's not like I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing a lot of videos or something. But I'm not seeing a lot of targeted individual videos. I'm not seeing a lot of people. I see Alien Wars, right? AlienWars.com. The guy that was on Stranger Than Fiction, Alien Wars. He talks about it a lot. That's a great channel. He's kind of trying to figure it out because, right, when we get targeted, it's like the first time, every time for every individual that gets targeted, right? Because we haven't found the system's not helping us along with like, oh, this is like what happens, and this is the type of person who had maybe got biometrics in them, and then this is the person that didn't get biometrics, and this is how it's targeted, and this is how they do it through the vestibular system and cranial nerve stimulation, heterodyning frequencies around the brain and stuff like that. Every time somebody's targeted, they kind of just learn about it on their own, and we don't have anything really. It's better, but y'all know what I'm talking about. By now, it should be standard, and this should be the whole population should know that this is happening, and it should be like if the mainstream media was for real, there would have been tons of local news stories on this. There was at the beginning. You saw there was at the beginning when it was so far away from being solved, right? You had things with the men in California who were all getting the same voice and stuff like that. But then as it gets closer to being solved about what's happening, they start going, the Havana Syndrome stuff comes out, and then they blanket it with that, right, to stall it out. All right, guys, I love y'all, and we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going and trusting in God. In the name of Jesus Christ. I love you guys, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. I'm going to do a press release template. I got to find, I hope it's on this computer. If I don't, I can just go online and find an easy, maybe I should do that because we get a newer form of press release. And I definitely want to do that because we just need targeted individuals sending out press releases. Even if you're not connected to a class action lawsuit, sending out press release to local news. Like I have Havana Syndrome. I'm one of the important people in the world who's being attacked with directed energy weapons because I'm a human being, right? And we just start sending that to local news. I don't know if anybody's, probably some of the bigger organizations are already doing that, but just everybody needs to do it. Like anybody with connections to anything, needs to do that. Like connections, if your family has connections in the news media or anything like that, we need to be sending out press releases. All right, guys, I love y'all, and I will see you on the next one.